Hello friends, and also hello enemies. Today we have a very short review with the Star Wars Black Series, Star Wars The Mandalorian, R5-D4, BD-72, and pit droids. Quite the mouthful. I don't think it needs to be that complicated, but they made it that complicated. As always, if you hear a strange noise in the background, that is my air conditioner. It is Texas in the summer and it's hot, so I'm not turning it off. You get an oblong box, illustrations of the droids on the side. Those same illustrations can be found on the back, along with a brief summary of what these droids are used for. I don't know who Pelimato is. I mean, I saw The Mandalorian, but it was a long time ago. But I like droids, and I wanted some droids. And I especially love the pit droids. So I really wanted some pit droids. We're not being precious about this packaging. Shoo. Usually Hasbro packaging is just for the recycle bin. Alright, you'll forgive me if I don't really know the names of these guys. I know these are just pit droids. And this one, the packaging says is R5-D4. Doesn't really roll off the tongue. This little guy is BD-72. So I'm just gonna call him BD. It's a motley crew of little guys. I will say, so we got this on sale. We did not pay full price. Even without having really looked at them in depth yet, I don't think I would pay full price for these, because it was like $40 full price, and that's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, I love droids as much as the next guy, but come on. I vaguely remember this guy. He's very cute. I'll move these guys aside so we can focus more on this one. Really not much to him. As you can see, he is very tiny. Just a little body and a big head and two little chicken legs. The legs can kind of splay out and inward. And then they have a hinge here. The head can rotate and rock back and forth a little bit, but that is pretty much all the articulation you're going to get on this guy. He can do a superhero flying pose. He can crouch down and look really scared, which is very cute. I do wish his head tilted back a little bit more. I mean, I understand wanting to be on model, but all you would have to do is like take a little scoop out of this area in the back to allow for this bulge in his body right here. And you could look up more. Like with a lot of the droids, the paint on these is very minimal. That was my complaint with the Droideka, is that there wasn't a lot going on. I think just a few touch-ups would have gone a long way. This guy is in desperate need of some paint, but man, is he cute. Look at that little face. But I will say what paint there is very clean. And he's like a little chicken droid. You can't go wrong. So next, let's look at R5. The astromechs were never really my favorite types of droids, especially this one. It looks like it's cosplaying Captain America. It's just not a color scheme I particularly like. This one has more going on in the paint department. It has a lot of little areas that needed to be painted, and once again, the paint on that is very nice. No sloppy spots. Everything looks pretty good. He's kind of an off-white, creamy color. So this one can do more than that little chicken guy, which is a surprise to no one. It's got another leg that can come out for maximum stability, and his head pops up. So I think you can actually store the little tools he comes with in this area, and we'll look at those in a moment, but that's really, really cool. It's especially cool because those tools are very small. This is a good way, an ingenious way, to not lose them. These little red panels can come undone. I'm not sure why. I don't know if they serve some purpose. These panels can open because this is where you insert the little tools, as if he is working on a ship. I will say, these compartments are difficult to get open if you don't have robust nails. My nails are very short and very weak, so if you are of like persuasion, then you'll probably need a tool or something to open up these compartments. So we are going to come back to this one because all the accessories in this package have to do with this. But I want to look at the pit droids first before we move on to that. So you have two pit droids. One is decidedly more plain than the other, and that's saying something because this one is just brown with a stripe and like a stripe around its head and eye. Of course, pit droids were never really decked out as far as I've seen in Star Wars. It'd be cute to have a colorful one, but they're just little beige guys. They are so cute. I remember when I was a kid, I had a pit droid alarm clock, and it could like it came folded, and then it could unfold a little bit. Oh, and I love that thing so much. I don't know what happened to it. So anyway, these guys are just, you know, the typical guys. Can they fold up? We've spoken a bit in the past about the folding technology of these droids. The battle droid isn't too bad with it. The Droideka, it can fold up, but it does not turn into a ball like in the movies, which, you know, who wants to be in charge of that? Who wants to be in charge of that engineering? Not me. So yeah, I don't really remember exactly how they fold up. But yeah, they're compact little guys, and when they are ready to fix a ship, they spring to life. Oh, they're so cute. Another fond childhood memory was the Star Wars Racers, the pod racer game. So in the area when you were choosing your pod racer or fixing your pod racer or whatever, these guys would be running around the lobby or whatever. So cute. I love them so much. Okay, these are why I got this set. You've got a hinged neck, which is great because they do a lot of little head movements, and it's necessary for curling up into a little bite-sized pit droid. Rotation and back and forth on the cute little head. Arm can go up about that much. Of course it can swivel around, much like the battle droid. There's very, very thin parts, even thinner than the battle droid. Twist on the wrist. Crunch. And back because it's a robot not bound by the laws of human biology. It is easy to pop their little limbs off. I will say that I was surprised at actually being able to stand it up. I don't expect to be able to stand it up in many poses. These are ones that will require blue tack long term, but for a brief moment, he stood on his own. Okay, so let's look at R5's accessories. I keep wanting to say R2 because, I mean, that's the famous one. He'll come with several little doodads. I don't know what each of them do. I don't think the designers knew what each of them do, but you just pick one. Try not to let them fly out of your hands like that one just did. Insert. Beep boop. I'm here to fix you. And then when you're done with them, just stash them in here. There's little divots in the cylinder. You just push them in, which is so clever. Whoever thought of that, I hope they got a raise, and that's why this set costs $40. And he can still turn his head any which way. The limbs move about as well as you would expect them to. There's not really any splay. It's just a little back and forth movement. Same with the feet. As we saw, this foot can kind of telescope out, but other than that, not much movement. So, the two last accessories are these jets, which look very cool. At first I thought they were attached to the bottom of the feet, but then I realized it's this piece right here. Pull that out with your powerful fingernails and stick that there. Ooh, this, I've had trouble with this effect wanting to fall. So yeah, you just plug these in, and you've got a flying robot. So it doesn't come with a stand or anything. You will have to facilitate your own stand if you want it to fly. But it is a cool effect. So yeah, really cool thing to include. Clever concept of just removing those panels. I got a text. Who is interrupting my review? And when you don't want your robot to fly anymore, oh, I'm sorry, your droid. When you don't want your droid to fly anymore, you plug these dealies back in. And use your strong, virile fingernails to take out that third leg, and then you have a terrestrial droid once again. So to compare them to, I just have this battle droid. The battle droid is about the same height as most of the Black Series characters. Just humanoid in shape, humanoid in height, so you guys can get an idea of the scale of these. Little chicken guys, by far the smallest. But yeah, most of the cost of this went into the astromech, which aesthetically isn't my favorite, but is pretty cool. It comes with a lot of cool stuff. It can do some cool things. So I am pretty impressed by this one. The little chicken guy, cannot go wrong with a little chicken guy. So cute. And of course, pet droids, which I love. I stand by my statement that I think that these could use a little bit more paint. I also stand by the fact that you should not pay full price for this. I don't think it's going to be hard to find. I think it's going to end up on sale. I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't know if you like droids, if you like these droids specifically, I would recommend it. Try to get it on sale, but if you want to go ahead and pay full price and you can, then why not? YOLO. As always, likes and subscribes are very much appreciated. Comments are more than welcome. Take better care of your nails. I'll see you guys on the next one.